Crescent City's troubles are well documented. We all know about Katrina, we know about the flooding, we know about the struggle to come back. But you know what? Much like Chris Paul and the Hornets, the city is on the come up. Like their logo actually is it's like a nice mix of the Hornet and the logo. That's everywhere. Beautiful, it's still mysterious, and it's got just unbelievable food. And when you go to New Orleans, there's one decision you have to make. How much weight will I gain? How much weight am I comfortable gaining? Because that's what it's going to be about. This is Tennessee Williams' house in the French Quarter, if you want to check it out. But food, let's go back to food. This is street food. I just found this thing on the side of the street. It was just sitting outside. People put food outside in the street in New Orleans like nobody's business. And it's damn good. You see a sign for Mint Julep? Mint Julep. Next thing you know, you're sitting with a drink. That's how New Orleans works. It's that kind of town. And still has that kind of freewheeling. I feel the thing about New Orleans is both the past and present. It's like most cities feel modern or they feel old. This place feels this weird mix of new, old, and some other stuff that you've never seen before. It just really feels like no other place I've ever been. Café Du Mont is this great beignet spot. The brother who's there on the trombone is out there sometimes. You hear musicians everywhere in New Orleans, and they're just singing and they're playing, and they're good. It's not like a bunch of guys in New York City with a boombox. Those beignets are unbelievable. Look at that thing right there. Anyway, Preservation Hall is this beautiful, one of the oldest music halls in the country. Great art inside. Just, you feel like you travel back in time, like so much in New Orleans. Now, also, there's a lot of saloons. New Orleans doesn't have the most savory reputation, but I say that, you got to be out there and have a good time. Kermit's Saloon, Sundays. Kermit Ruffin is this great character. This is more street food, but this time Kermit plays trumpet and he sings, and that's his yams. Kermit makes turkey necks and yams and then plays a set. He's legendary in the city of New Orleans for his food and his music. I think it's Kermit Ruffin and the Barbecue Swingers, so you get the flavor we're talking about. Brennan's in French Quarter is famous for its breakfast, and it's heavy. I had breakfast here one of my last trips to New Orleans, and this is breakfast right here, folks. This is lunch. You have this, you need a nap. They have siestas in other parts of the world. When you go to New Orleans, you do siestas. Luke is a spot that's not far from the Cordris and Superdome. So if you're going to the Essence Festival, this is a nice spot to stop at on the way there. Still traditional New Orleans food. It's not as heavy and not as expensive as some of the other spots. So Luke is a nice kind of transitional spot. Olivier's is Creole, traditional Creole. The recipes are handed down from father to son to grandmother. I'm not joking. It is heavenly. It is rich. The gumbo is crazy. There's about 3 or 4 different kinds of gumbo there, depending on who's in the backyard and the kitchen that day. Praline Connection on Frenchman Street. Praline Connection's black-owned, excellent food, known for pralines, obviously, but also in the heart of a great music section of town. In the face of all of its troubles, New Orleans is actually a really great sports town. Going down for a weekend in New Orleans, you catch the Saints during the NFL season, or the Hornets, you can see a great game, a great team, and have a fantastic meal, and hear great music. So New Orleans is a great place to go for the weekend still. This is Nelson George from BlackAtlas.com. Catch you in the air.